As we saw on the runtime video, for NeoLoad Web to run a test via the web browser, we need a number of connected machines available. By selecting the Resources tab, we can see that we've got 2 controllers connected and 1 load generator. Selecting the line gives us more details on these machines. So I've got 2 controllers, one Windows, one Linux, and 1 load generator running on Linux. We can see the Windows machine is actually registering as busy. That's because NeoLoad is running on that machine, as you can see here. What I'm going to do is via the Start menu is I'm going to start up a second load generator. So I navigate the applications installed on my machine. And as you can see here, there's a Start Load Generator Agent option. So I kick off that executable. Down by the clock, you'll notice that when it starts up, the icon appears. Depending on the settings, it may appear hidden, but you can always expand it to see the icon. Right-clicking on the icon allows me to access the NeoLoad Web settings. As you can see, there's 2 different deployment models. I've got SaaS or on-premise. I'm going to be using the on-premise example here. But you can see here that I've got a zone defined in NeoLoad Web, and I'm going to put that same zone in my connection settings here. So I would simply copy it to the clipboard, paste it into this configuration screen. I also need the ability to log in or access NeoLoad Web. So again, I need this access token. Going to the profile options in my NeoLoad Web, I can copy the access token, drop onto the clipboard, and then again going back into my configuration screen, I can paste in the access token. Because I'm using the on-premise instance, I also need to put in the URL, remembering to include the port number for the API, so port 8080 in this example. These last couple of fields here are basically how the agent, if you like, identifies itself to NeoLoad Web. So typically you put in the machine name and the port number where the agent's running, and then you test the connection. Let's OK that. So our controller agent is started and configured in the same way. So going back to the Resources tab, if I pick my zone, you can see we've now got 2 controllers and 2 load generators. So that second load generator is started up, and it's identifying itself by the machine it's running on and the port where the load generator agent is actually running on. While these agents can be started up manually, they can also be run as services on these machines. You'll see here in my services window that I've got a number set up. Currently my load generator isn't in a running state. So if I close down the one I've just launched manually, we'll exit out of that. I can choose to run this as a service, have it set up automatic, so that it's always running on the box, should it be needed. Going back to my NeoLoad Web, obviously we've just killed off the manual instance, so if I do a refresh, it's now disappeared from the list. If I do a second refresh, the service is now kicked in, and the service is now available to be used during my load testing.